The Book of Jonah McAmity. Now the word of the Lord come to Jonah McAmity. Up ye get, go he, and the war to Nineveh, thon muckle tune, and cry agin it, for their ill doings hae come up in my face. Say up Jonah gets, to flee to Tarshish, out of the Lord's face. He gaed doon to Joppa, and fan a skiff bound for Tarshish. He paid his fee, and gaed doon into her to gang with him to Tarshish, out o' the Lord's face. But the Lord flung a muckle gust on the sea, and there was a muckle storm on the sea, so that the skiff was minded to brak into shivers. Then the old Scots were feared, and ilkane cried to his ain God. They flung their gear on the skiff into the sea forby, to lichten it for them. Now Jonah had gaed doon into the wame of the skiff, lain doon, and fawn into a dwam. So the head keeler came and said to him, What's wi' ye, snoiterer ye? Up ye get, and cry to your God. Maybe thon God'll tak tend to us, so that we dinna die. And they said, ilkane to his neighbour, Come on, let's cast cables, so we can ken wha for this ill's on us. So they cast the cables, and the cable fell to Jonah. They said to him, Kindly tell us, for what and for wha has this ill come upon us? Which ye're errant, and wha are ye frae? What na earth do ye hear frae, and which your folk? And he telled them, It's a Hebrew that I am, and it's the Lord, the God of the heavens, that I fear, him that maketh sea and dry land alike. The men were pitten a muckle ghast, and they speered at him, What's this you've done? For the men kent that it was frae the face of the Lord he was fleeing, for he had telled them. They said to him, What should we do wi' ye, to mak the sea lown for us? For the sea was storming, and better storming. He answered, Fling me into the sea, and the sea will lown for ye, for weel I ken that it's all through me that this storm's come upon ye. Still and on the men dug in to win back to the land, but they were not able, for the sea was aye storming the mair around them. Sae they cried to the Lord, We beg ye, dinna end us for this man's life, and dinna pit innocent blood to our score, for Lord, just as ye ettled ye've done. So they picked Jonah up, and flung him into the sea, and the sea stood still frae its tirraveen. The men were muckle feared at the Lord, and they sacrificed to the Lord, and vowed their vows. Now the Lord caught up a muckle fish to swallow Jonah, and there was Jonah in the fish's wame, 3 hale days and 3 hale nights. And Jonah put up a word to the Lord, the God, frae the fish's kite, saying this, I cried out in my pain to the Lord, and he answered me. Frae the wame of Sheol I besought ye, and ye hearkened to my voice. Ye plouted me into the heart of the seas. The hurl-come gush was round me, all your jaws and swaws were ower me. And I said, Here's me put awa from your sicht. Ach, to see your haily hoose ains mair. The waters were all ower me, up to my thrapple. The deep was all about me. Rack was the rappit round my head. To the very roots of the bens I gaed doon. The yets of the yard were ranced against me. But ye lifted my life up frae the heuch, O Lord my God. As my inmates being dwined awa, I'm minded the Lord, and my prayer won up to ye, to your haily hoose. Them at hodds to nochty whigmaleeries forsack their lealty. But see me, with a thankful voice will I sacrifice to ye. With a vood I will mak sicker. Rescue is the Lord's doing. Then the Lord spak to the fish, and it bulked up Jonah onto the dry land. Now the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. Up ye get, quo he, and awa to Nineveh, thon muckle tune, and cry agin it the cry I'm telling ye. Say up Jonah got, and hied himself to Nineveh in line with the Lord's word. Now Nineveh was a muckle tune richtenjoch, and a muckle tune for gods. 3 days ganning it was. Jonah started to gang into the city a day's walk, and he cried out, But 40 days, and Nineveh'll be our set. The folk of Nineveh lipped to God. They called a fast, and the hale clan Jamfrey put on sack and duds frae muckle to mickle. When the tune's speak came to the king of Nineveh, he rose frae his royal seat, rave his plaid, put on sack and duds himsel, and sat down i' the sinners. Then he had a proclamation put out in Nineveh, saying this, By the decree of the king and his heed men, man nor baste, kye nor harsel, mauna pre Nathan, they're no to eat and they're no to drink water. Man and bastes to be clad in sack and duds, and they're to cry lustily to God or the gods, and ill kains to turn back frae his ill-deedy ways, and frae the gill ravaging in his neve. For wha kens, the god'll aiblins turn back and tak the rue. He'll turn back frae his stramash, and will no dee. When God saw their deeds, and that they had turned back frae their ill-deedy ways, God did tak the rue. He turned back frae the ill he said he would dae them, and didna dae it. But what a muckle ill this seemed to Jonah. Sae ill did he tak it, he was bleezing. He prayed to the Lord and said, Fegs, Lord, is this no just what I said when I was in my ain land that gat me flee to Tarshish? Well, I ken that you're a good-willy God, slow in anger, lippin' full of lealty, and taking the rue of ill deeds. Do, Lord, tak my life awa frae me, for better my death than my life. The Lord said, Are ye the better for your anger? Then Jonah scaled frae the tune, and sat down to the east of the tune. He bigged himself a bothy there, and sat in its scug to see what would come o' the tune. Now the Lord caught up a kind of bramble they cry a boak plant, and he gat it gae up our Jonah to be a scug ower his head, and protect him frae ill. Jonah was unco blithe ower the boak plant, with muckle blitheness. Then the Lord called up an oobit at the morn's dawing, and it struck at the boak plant, sae it wizened. When the sun cam fu up, the Lord called up a burstling wind out of the east, and the sun struck down on Jonah's head, sae he was swelting. He speered that he micht dee. Better my death than my life, quo he. The Lord said to Jonah, Are ye the better for your anger? Are the boak plant? Better my anger as far as death, quo he. Then the Lord said to him, Ye're vexed for the boat plant, that ye didna trochel ower, and ye never had the growing o', ae days bairn, and deed in ae nicht. And am I no to be vexed for Nineveh, thon muckle toon, where there's mair nor 100 or 20,000 churls, wha dinna ken their left horn frae their richt. And forby, a bonny wheen o' bastes,